Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be giving my match predictions for the last 16 Champions League fixtures, second leg. And if we get any of the results we just got for the first leg, we are in for a treat, man. I'm telling you, we saw some amazing goals, some amazing fixtures. We saw Manchester City absolutely dominate, obliterate a very good Sporting Lisbon side at their own stadium. We also saw Salzburg, who nearly pulled off a miracle upset against Bayern Munich at their own stadium, but Coleman scored the all-important goal to make it level for Bayern Munich. We also saw some other amazing games like Liverpool beating Inter Milan away from home. We also saw PSG beat Real Madrid at home. So honestly, if we get some of these results again, I'm telling you, I'm going to be happy. It's going to be so many goals, thrills and entertainment, like I always say. And going into some of these games, there's still so much to play for. We got Manchester United hosted Atletico Madrid. Let's see if they can seal the tie. We got some other amazing games as well, like will Ancelotti and Real Madrid be able to come back against PSG? But honestly, I'm so excited. I am so fanatic for these games coming up. But before I go on this video and give my predictions, you know I'm going to say, make sure you guys like, comment, and hit that big subscribe button right there. Make sure you guys in the comment section give me your own predictions. But please, guys, make sure you subscribe. I'm only like 10 to 20 subscribers away from the magic number 900 subscribers. It will help my channel grow. And only 10% of you are actually subscribed to my channel. So please hit the subscribe button if you guys are willing to and enjoy my content. So the first game I'm going to be predicting is Real Madrid versus PSG. And obviously, I have to start with this game. This is box office entertainment. Every blade of glass you see on the pitch, you just will see a superstar on that field. We got Mbappe, Messi, we even got Neymar, we got Modric, Cruz, we got Casemiro, we got Benzema, one of the best strikers in the world. I'm telling you, we are in for a thrilling game going into this game, especially since Real Madrid and Ancelotti are 1-0 down going back to the Bernabeu against PSG. But in terms of the first game, I was quite shocked. I was quite surprised with the way Ancelotti set up his side. He was looking to make sure that his side was defensive minded, make sure they're compact, tight, make sure there wasn't many gaping holes for players like Verratti and Messi to get on the ball to create opportunities. And I feel like that played right into Paris Saint-Germain's hands. I feel like Ancelotti would have been smart enough to understand that, look, the PSG fans want Pochettino out. Pochettino is suffering some immense pressure, especially since getting knocked out of the French Cup. PSG are here for the taking, and I thought Ancelotti would have been on the front foot, especially with his world-class midfielders of Cruz and Modric, and tried to dictate the play, but he didn't. He let PSG have so much of the ball, which allowed Verratti and Messi to create opportunities for players like Neymar and Mbappe, especially in the final third. So I feel like Ancelotti got it all wrong, played right into PSG's hands, and literally made his Real Madrid players, who aren't really used to playing this defensive structure style, especially when you have ball-playing midfielders who aren't mobile enough to get off across the pitch to especially close down players like Verratti and other midfielders in that game. But going into this game against PSG, I feel like Ancelotti is going to learn his lesson. Obviously he has to, because look, they're 1-0 down. It was all up for grabs still. They're still in this tie, and they have to be on the front foot to try to take the game to PSG and break them down. Since PSG have the 1-0 lead, I feel like they're going to not feel that much pressure going in this game, knowing they have a lead to protect. And I feel like it's going to play into their hands, playing that counter-attacking football, make sure that they're defensive-minded, make sure they're compact, resilient, especially with hard-working midfielders and wingers like Di Maria, Diarra, Les Paredes as well, even Gay if he's coming back from the African Cup of Nations. So PSG got so many players to play this style of football, counter-attacking football, to make sure they're defensively solid and resilient and hit them on the break, because we know they have their 3 world-class players who can win any game, anytime. And Real Madrid do have reason to be scared of this, to be frightened of this, because PSG have had so much success playing this way. We saw this against Manchester City when they played at home, when they literally played defensive football and looked to hit them on the counter-attack, exposing Manchester City for their ridiculous high line as it is. We even saw last season against Bayern Munich in the last 16 in the snow, where Mbappe was able to have one of the best performances of his career, destroying and torturing that Bayern Munich defense all game. So obviously in this game, Real Madrid have to be on the front foot, have to dominate and monopolize the ball, and the more it goes and the more they haven't scored, it's just going to create even more openings, even more opportunities, even more space for players like Neymar, Messi and Mbappe to flourish in this system. I think the players like Milito, Alaba, Carvajal, they're just going to be exposed, because players like Casemiro, Modric and Cruz are going to have to push on, especially if they don't have a goal by half time. And we know what Mbappe did to Carvajal last game, absolutely tortured him throughout the 90 minutes and was definitely the man of the match, especially when he scored that all-important goal to win the game. I think they're going to win at the Bernabeu, and I'm going to be predicting a 2-1 victory for the away side PSG. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Manchester United versus Atletico Madrid, 2 European giants who are trying to find their feet yet again in terms of the Champions League tournament. And going into this game, I think Manchester United are going to be the happier of the two sides. I feel like they played absolutely terrible, absolutely atrocious, especially in the first half against Atletico Madrid at their stadium. Ralph Rangnick got it all wrong. He was playing Lindelof, a centre-back at right-back, which meant Fernandes, your match winners, one of your match winners, had to keep dropping in deep to receive the ball, which meant that Ronaldo was isolated all by himself up front. It was literally an imbalanced team throughout the whole of the 90 minutes, and Manchester United could not build up any sort of attacks or momentum going into the final third against the Atletico Madrid defenders. Ralph Rangnick got it all wrong. But if I'm a Manchester United fan, I might be thinking, you know what? If you told me that we were going to be playing Lindelof right back, we were going to be bullied throughout the first 45 minutes, and we still got a 1-1 draw, and Atletico Madrid, especially in the first half, played their best brand of football, and they still couldn't win, was it the best football that Atletico Madrid could throw at us? Yes, it was. So what is there really to be scared of going into this game, especially at home when you're going to have your die-hard fans at the Old Trafford cheering you on, giving you that extra boost to try and win the game? I feel like it's going to play into Manchester United hands. I feel like they're going to be ecstatic. They're going to rise to the occasion, especially since they know that Atletico Madrid threw their best punches at Man United and they're still standing up strong. So going this game at Old Trafford, I feel like Ralph Rangnick is going to learn his lesson, especially since he has right backs who are going to be able to play this game like Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. He isn't going to overcomplicate it, isn't going to cater to try stop Atletico Madrid playing their football. Maybe that's why I play Lindelof, to provide that extra protection. I feel like he's going to play their best starting lineup to give them the best opportunity to win the game, with players playing in their correct position and ensuring that Ronaldo has enough support in the final third to win this game. I know people are probably thinking that Atletico Madrid play way better at home because their defensive style, a brand of football they like to play to make sure they can play on the counter-attack. We know Diego Simeone is a mastermind, a genius to play this style of football. But if you've seen Atletico Madrid this season, they have not been playing this defensive style football great at all. They have conceded the second most goals in the Liga, in the top half of the table this season. They have lost the characters, the personalities, the warriors in that back line, with players like Godin and Juanfran no longer being there. Feels like eternity ago. So Manchester United will have the joy, will have the chances, and will have the opportunities to actually win this game. And also, I feel like Atletico Madrid are one of those sides who rely on the away goal rule to give them that opportunity to just get a 1-1 draw to ensure that away goal rule will put them through. But we know that the UEFA have absolutely abandoned this rule, so Atletico Madrid will actually have to try and win this game. That's another thing which is going to play into the hands of Manchester United, because you never know, they may be dominating the game like they've done and been accustomed to in the last few games or so, but the other side will just go one goal like Middlesbrough did. So Manchester United should be happy at least that the away goal rule will not play in the hands of Atletico Madrid. So going in this game, I actually think Manchester United are going to win. I feel like Cristiano Ronaldo on the European stage, the biggest stage in football right now, is going to deliver the goods like he always does against Atletico Madrid. And in this game, I think he will send Manchester United through. I'm going to be predicting a 2-1 victory. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Liverpool versus Inter Milan. Two sides who have had great success in their domestic competitions. Liverpool right now obviously winning the Carabao Cup and are second in the Premier League, where you have Inter Milan who are second in the Serie A. So let's see what both sides will do in this game when they face off against each other. And it's clear as day, undisputed, Liverpool are the clear favourites to go through, because not only do they have a 2-0 lead going into this game against Inter Milan, they're also playing at Anfield, where they are yet to be beaten all season so far. So there's even room to pause to think that, will Inter Milan even be able to beat Liverpool at Anfield, let alone get 2 goals to try and draw the game so they can go into extra time and potentially win the game to go into the quarterfinals of this competition. But going into this game, I feel like Liverpool are just the superior team. Not only do they have the better players, but I feel like Liverpool match up well against Inter Milan. Inter Milan obviously favour a 3-4-3, a counter-attacking style of football, try break out of their mould with their wing-backs to support players like Dzeko and Martinez up front. But how can Inter Milan play this brand of football when you're chasing a 2-0 lead? And if Inter Milan do dare to try play toe-to-toe football against Liverpool, acting desperate measures to try get an early goal to literally stifle the Liverpool fans, it's literally football suicide, because we know Liverpool are one of the best teams if you try to go toe-to-toe with them and not try play a defensive style of brand of football. But going into this game, if I was the Inter Milan boss, if I was Inzaghi, I would be saying this: you know what? We have 90 minutes to turn around a 2-0 deficit. Look, we're at Anfield. We know they're going to throw a bevy of punches, especially at Anfield, where we know it can be a hurricane tornado in the first 20 minutes where Liverpool look to blow out teams. If we can survive that, potentially get a goal before half-time, it will start to make the Liverpool faithful, the fans nervous, apprehensive, which might interfere with the style of play Liverpool will play and throw them off the game in the second half. However, I feel like that's fairy tale dreamland. I feel like that's just too unrealistic to ask Inter Milan players to do. Inter Milan just fall into Liverpool's hands. Dzeko's not quick enough to take advantage of Liverpool's high line, and we know he's past his best, especially to match up well against Van Dijk or Matip. I think they'll bully him out of the game. Players like Alexander-Arnold and Robertson will literally fly up the pitch, pin back Dumfries and Perisic to make sure that they play as a 5 defensively rather than providing width and great chances for players like Dzeko or Martinez in the final third. So in every factor and every area of the pitch, I feel like Liverpool are stronger, are superior compared to Inter Milan, especially in the final third, where we know if Inter Milan are chasing the game, the last 3 players you want to be seeing running up against you, if the 3 centre-backs of Inter Milan are Mane, Salah, Diaz, Jota, Firmino, whoever starts in this game. So going in this game, I think Liverpool will win, especially have so many chances in the final third when Inter Milan are pushing for the game. And I'm going to be predicting a 3-1 victory for the home side Liverpool FC. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Bayern Munich versus Salzburg at the Allianz Arena. And if you told me 2 weeks ago that Salzburg would have actually pulled off a 1-1 draw against Bayern Munich, one of the best teams in the world, I would have laughed at you. I would have thought you were ridiculous. Really? Salzburg, a very youthful, young, energetic side, beating a dominant team in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, who have won that league 9 or 10 years in a row, and then winning the Champions League 2 years ago. Salzburg drawing against that team? That doesn't make sense. But in all reality, if you really watched the game or even watched the highlights, you would have understood that how on earth did Salzburg not even win that game? They had so many chances. They were brave, they're courageous, they have young energy, youthfulness to them. They weren't scared of the moment. They kept flying and going against Bayern Munich, especially on the counter-attack, and gave those defenders a horrific night for them to dream about. Honestly, Salzburg should have won that game, especially in the first half when they kept having so many chances. But the players in the final third, like Adumu and Aronson, was just too greedy and didn't get their head up to try find others. So going this game, I feel like the Salzburg players will be shaking their head in that locker room that night they played against Bayern Munich, thinking, we should be going against Bayern Munich at the Allianz with an advantage. But going this game against Bayern Munich, I just can't see Salzburg beating them. Honestly, as good as I said Salzburg did play, Bayern Munich had schoolboy defenders, it felt like, throughout the whole of the 90 minutes, literally creating chances for Salzburg, the forwards, the way they're defending, not getting tackles in, not being able to read and understand the game of where the danger was coming from. I feel like the whole of that back line, except for Pavard potentially, was just terrible for Bayern Munich. And I just don't expect this sort of performance to happen again, because now Guzman will get into the Bayern Munich's head saying that, yo, we can't let this happen again. So going this game, give me experience over youth. Give me proven winners over potential winners. Give me Bayern Munich over Salzburg. Too much quality, too many world-class players. And I just feel like they will not switch off or play as poorly as they did in the first leg, because it's pretty much impossible because they are Bayern Munich. Go in this game, give me that 3-1 victory for Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena against Salzburg. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Lille versus Chelsea. And honestly, I think this tie has already been put to bed. I feel like there's no real chance or opportunity for Lille to turn this 2-0 deficit they suffered at Stamford Bridge around in France for them to win this game. I just feel like Chelsea are one of the best teams when it comes to defensive football in Europe, if not the best defensive team, especially with their 3-4-3 formation, where they have their wing-backs helping out with Thiago Silva and Rudiger, who all by themselves already are world-class defenders themselves. Although Lille had players like Sanchez, who had a decent 90 minutes, the way he was driving with the ball, shielding it, protecting it, had great poise on it as well, creating opportunities. And you had Bamba as well, giving Azpilicueta a little bit of a run around in the final third. They didn't really look like they were threatening Chelsea. So why do I think they're going to threaten Chelsea at home? I know Lille are at home and they have their atmosphere and they have their crowd to support them, to give them that extra 10 to 15% to challenge Chelsea. But we have seen Chelsea all season be resilient as hell, hard to break down, especially when it looks like a team's going to crack them open. Teams like Liverpool in the past at Anfield, even other games in the past where it looks like Chelsea are going to fluster, they're going to be found out, especially in the final third. Defensively, they're just leaders, they're warriors, they know how to keep clean sheets. And go in this game, I think Chelsea will win, especially on the counter-attack where Lille will have to push in to try win this game. I feel like players like Pulisic, Havertz, Lukaku, whoever plays Mount, will have more space and time on the ball to literally try and hurt Lille in the final third. Going this game, I'm going to be predicting a 2-1 victory for Chelsea. So the other game I'll be briefly talking about is Ajax versus Benfica. Going this game, I think Ajax will win and go through. Although Benfica did show great heart and spirit to try to stay in the game, I feel like Ajax was the masterminds of their own problems, their own defensive frailties, especially when Haller scored their own goal and you saw the other goal where the goalkeeper should have parried it away from goal rather than keeping it in play for the Benfica striker to score the goal. I feel like over the 90 minutes, Ajax was the better side away from home in Portugal. So when they have their home fans there to make that hostile environment for Benfica to try to play football, I feel like Ajax will dominate the ballpark of possession with players like Dusan Tadic to try get players like Haller through and goal when we know he's had one of the best seasons a striker has ever had in this competition. So I feel like Ajax will definitely show their quality in the final third in this game and win it 3-1.